Did you know that the red juicy part of a strawberry is not actually the true fruit? A strawberry is known as an accessory fruit. This means that the part we usually eat is not the real fruit itself, but an enlarged part of the flower called the receptacle. As the strawberry develops, this floral receptacle grows and becomes the soft, fleshy structure we recognize and enjoy. The real fruits are the tiny structures on the surface, which most people think are just seeds. These are called achenes, and each one is a true fruit that contains a seed inside. In other words, every small dot on the outside of a strawberry is its own individual fruit. So when you eat a strawberry, you are mostly eating the enlarged flower tissue, while the little seeds on the outside are actually the plant's true fruits. Did you know that some bananas are blue? These bananas come from a special hybrid called Musa acuminata x balbigiana. A hybrid is the result of crossing two different species. In this case, the wild banana species Musa acuminata and Musa balbigiana. By combining these two species, the hybrid inherits traits from both parents. These two wild species are actually the ancestors of most commercial bananas we eat today, which means that many of the bananas in stores and markets around the world ultimately come from this same cross. Many specific banana cultivars belong to this hybrid, including the Saba banana and the blue Java, also called the ice cream banana. In this cross, Musa acuminata contributes traits for sweetness, while Musa balbigiana provides traits like winter hardiness and sometimes starchiness. These parent species together form the basis of many modern bananas, including the naturally blue varieties. Did you know that watermelon contains about 92% water? This makes it one of the most hydrating fruits you can eat. Because it is mostly water, watermelon is excellent at quenching thirst and helping the body stay hydrated. Its high water content is a major reason why people enjoy eating it, especially during hot weather or after physical activity. Besides keeping you hydrated, watermelon is low in calories, but rich in important nutrients. It provides vitamins, minerals, and bioactive compounds like lycopene, all of which support overall health. The large amount of water also helps the body manage temperature, transport nutrients, and stay energized. This combination of hydration and nutrition makes watermelon a refreshing and healthy choice for anyone looking to maintain good health. Did you know that durians are banned on public transport in Singapore? The famous king of fruits is loved by some for its taste, but its strong smell can be overwhelming. In fact, Singapore introduced a durian ban on MRT trains back in 1988. The reason is simple: the smell lingers for a long time, even in air-conditioned trains, and can be offensive to other passengers. Anyone caught bringing durians onto the MRT can be fined up to 500 Singapore dollars. And buses have similar rules to keep the air fresh for everyone. Hotels in Singapore also have strict rules about durians. Guests who bring the fruit into their rooms may face fines, sometimes hundreds of Singapore dollars, because the strong odor can remain in the room and require professional cleaning. For example, a tourist was fined 200 Singapore dollars for eating a durian in her hotel room, and some hotels like Intercontinental Singapore clearly state that durians are not allowed on the premises. So whether on trains or in hotels, it's best to leave the durians at home, unless you want to risk a hefty fine for the smell. Did you know that scientifically tomatoes are actually fruits? Even though we usually treat them like vegetables in cooking, tomatoes fit the botanical definition of a fruit because they develop from the flower's ovary and contain seeds. In fact, tomatoes are classified as berries, a type of fruit with a fleshy wall and seeds inside, just like grapes and bananas. This shows that from a scientific perspective, tomatoes are fruits, even if we usually use them in savory dishes. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, and their classification as fruits helps us understand more about their biology. Recognizing them as fruits clarifies their nutritional value, how they were bred and domesticated. Did you know apples float in water? This happens because an apple is slightly less dense than water. On average, an apple has a density of about 0.95 grams per cubic centimeter, while water has a density of 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Since objects float when their density is lower than the liquid they are in, apples naturally stay on the surface instead of sinking. The floating of apples is also influenced by the air pockets inside the fruit. These small pockets of air reduce the apple's overall density, increasing its buoyancy. Even apples that feel heavy can float, because their combined mass and volume keep the density below that of water. This simple phenomenon is a great example of how density determines whether objects sink or float, illustrating one of the key principles of physics in everyday life. Did you know bananas are actually berries, but strawberries are not? Botanically speaking, a berry is a type of fruit that develops from a single ovary, has a soft skin, a fleshy middle, and contains one or more seeds. Bananas check all these boxes, with their smooth, soft peel and creamy, sweet interior, which makes them true berries, even though most people never think of them that way. Strawberries, on the other hand, develop from flowers with multiple ovaries, which makes them aggregate fruits, not berries. That's why, despite their name, strawberries don't fit the botanical definition of a berry. Other fruits you might be surprised to learn are berries include tomatoes, grapes, kiwis, avocados, peppers, eggplants, and guavas, all developing from a single ovary with a fleshy interior and seeds inside. Did you know some cherries can naturally grow in the shape of a heart? This happens when a cherry develops from a flower with 2 pistils instead of 1. Sometimes one pistil is smaller or not fully developed, which can cause the fruit to fuse or form a deep suture, giving it that heart-like appearance. These heart-shaped cherries are particularly noticeable in varieties like Bing and Lapins, where the fusion creates a striking symmetrical look. These double or fused cherries are rare, and usually appear when flowers experience high temperatures or low water availability during their early development. Such environmental stresses can interfere with normal floral differentiation, affecting how the pistils grow and merge. While they look cute, these deformities are often discarded in commercial cherry production because they don't meet export quality standards, which aim for uniform, perfectly shaped fruit. Did you know that papaya contains an enzyme called papain that can actually digest meat? Papain comes from the juice of unripe papaya and is very active when the fruit is green. This enzyme breaks down proteins into smaller pieces, which is why it's used in meat tenderizers. It is stable under different temperatures and conditions, making it useful in food and medicine. Papain works by breaking the bonds in proteins, helping the body digest them more easily. It has been used to help with minor injuries, reduce inflammation, and improve digestion. The enzyme is also used in making cheese, brewing, and even leather processing because it can break down proteins efficiently. This makes papaya not only a tasty fruit, but also a natural aid for digestion and other uses. Did you know that freezing fruits can actually damage them? When water inside the fruit turns into ice, it can break the cells. This can make the fruit softer, change its color, and even make it lose some flavor. Slow freezing makes bigger ice crystals, which can hurt the fruit more. Keeping the cells intact helps frozen fruits stay closer to fresh. There are ways to protect fruits when freezing, like fast freezing, special freezing methods, and protective solutions like calcium can help. These keep the cells strong and prevent ice from making big cracks. This way, frozen fruits can taste better and keep their texture. Scientists study this to make frozen food almost as good as fresh.